So I want you to think about what the word distribute means. What does it mean to distribute things?
Give out.
Give out. Okay. So on these problems, all right, it has 2 steps at the top. So it's to solve by multiplying what is outside of parentheses by what is inside. So basically that's meaning we are handing out this 2 to what is inside the parentheses. All right. So we solve it by multiplying. So I would multiply the 2 times the x. Well, I don't know what x is, so I would just put what? 2x. Okay. And then I'm going to keep this plus. Plus, what is 2 times 4? 8. Okay, does that look like a 2-step equation we did last week?
Yes.
Yes. So then I would draw my line. What would I do first?
Minus 8.
Hey, remember, I always use the number that was by itself. All right. So I subtract 8. Subtract 8. What is 22 minus 8?
14.
All right. I have 2x equals 14. Well, I divide by 2.
7.
What is 14 divided by 2? 7.
X equals 7. Easy.
Okay. All right. So right here, I distribute my 3 to my x. Well, 3 times x. What was 2 times x? 2x. So 3 times x is 3x. Okay, it has a subtraction symbol. 3 times 4 is 12. Which number do I use first? Okay, the number that's not with the variable. So what is the opposite of subtracting 12? Adding 12. So 3x is equal to what?
10.
8 plus 2 is?
30.
Okay, 30. So I divide by 3. Divide by 3. X is equal to 10. Okay. Now, I'll do one more normally first. Gosh dang. It's the exact same thing. It just put the 2 behind the parentheses instead of in front. Okay. So 2 times negative 10 is what? Negative 20. Okay. 2 times x. Oh my gosh. All right. So negative 20 is by itself. So that's what I'm going to do first. So what is the opposite of negative 20?
Positive 20.
So I have 2x equals 50. Okay. What would I do from there?
You divide by 2.
Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Well, what is 50 divided by 2?
25.
25. Okay, there is a way to check this. Okay, how do you think that would be? How would I go about checking this? Plug it in. All right. So right here, I got 7. Well, if I did 7 plus 4, what's 7 plus 4?
11.
What's 11 times 2? So did I get it right? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I plug 10 in, so it's be 10. 10 minus 4 is what? 6 times 3 is? Okay, so I did that one right. So if I plug 25 in, 25 plus a negative 10 is what? Remember, when I have a negative and a positive, I just subtract. So it's 25 minus 10. 15. So 15 times 2 is?
30.
So is it really easy for you to check and make sure? Okay. All right. Now, if you looked ahead at your paper, did you notice anything different that looks a little bit harder? Fractions. Okay. There is another way to teach this, okay? And the way that we did the first 3 is how we are going to do whenever we have whole numbers, okay? But whenever we have fractions, we're going to do something a little different. And I'm going to show you how it would work, okay? Just because it's easier this way. So remember, anytime we solve for x or anytime we're solving equations, we do the opposite operation, right? The inverse operation. This, I'm multiplying 2 by this, right? What is the opposite of multiplying? So if I divided this by 2 to cancel it, and I divided this by 2, what's 12 divided by 2? So I have x plus 12. What would I do to solve that? Subtract 12. Subtract 12. What's 6 minus 12? I'm taking away more than I have. Negative 6. Okay, so that's another way to solve it. But here's the thing with that. Did I do distributive property? No, the whole point of this, and it should have, I don't know what happened to it because I had it there. This should have been two-step equations using distributive property. Well, if we don't know how to use distributive property, did I teach you what you needed to know? No, because we are going to get to a lesson to where there is variables on both sides. And you can't do it without distributing. All right? So we're going to stick to doing it like this, but I wanted you to show this way because with fractions, it's going to be easier. Okay? Especially 2/3. Do y'all know what 2/3 is as a decimal? No. Point what? 0.6 repeating. It repeats. Am I going to know how to do a repeating decimal times a whole number?
No.
No. All right. So here, it multiplied by 2/3, so I'm going to divide it by 2/3. Now, can we do 6 divided by 2/3? Yeah. I put 6 over 1. Okay. What do I do when I have a division? Keep, change, flip. So I change the sign, flip the second fraction. Can I cross cancel? Okay, it's a 1 and a 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. Is that a whole lot easier doing that than trying to deal with 2/3 and turning it into a decimal and multiplying yada, yada, yada by that? Okay, so now I have x plus 7 equals 9. That's a simple one-step equation. What number is by itself? 7. So what do I do with the 7? Subtract 7. So x is equal to 2. Okay, so same thing here. I'm going to divide by 1/2. Divide by 1/2. Guys, when I divide by 1/2, it's the same thing as what? Or multiply. Okay, so I'm just going to put 8 over 1. So I have negative 8 over 1 times 2 over 1. Well, what is 8 times 2? 16. Negative 16. So x minus 4. All right, how do I solve that? Add 4. I have x is equal to, what is negative 16 plus 4? 12. Remember, if they're different signs, what do I do with them? Subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. What was our larger number? Okay, so at a negative, I subtract, and it gives me 12. Okay, here, we're going to do it like normal. What's 5 times x? 5x. All right, minus what? 20 equals 75. All right, what number is by itself? Okay, I was just making sure. It just looked weird for some reason. All right, I add 20. So I have 5x is equal to, no. Oh my gosh. How old was he then?
4 or 5.
No, so sweet. Yeah. All right, what do I do? Divide. It's multiplying 5 times x, so I have to do the opposite and divide. Okay, so if I can't do that in my head, what do I do?
It's 24.
Can I just set that up?
Yeah.
Okay, well, how many times can 5 go into 9? Once. Okay, how many times can it go into 45? 9 times. So x is 19. Okay, we have a fraction next, right? Okay, so this is where it's multiplying by 3/4, so we divide by 3/4. What rules apply when we divide a fraction? Keep, change, flip. So I do 27 over 1 times 4 over 3. Is there any cross canceling I could do? Okay, so I have 11 plus x equals. All right, then what? Okay, I have subtract 11. Subtract 11. X is equal to what? 25. Okay, 6x plus what? Plus 12 equals 24. What's my first move? Subtract 12. What's 24 minus 12? Yep. All right, so I have 6x equals 12. Divide. 6, yes, okay, good job. All right, I want you to do number 10 and 11 by yourself.
¿Cómo tienes el número 10? ¿Cómo vamos a hacer? Esto quiere decir que vamos a multiplicar por eso que es 3 por x. 3x, ¿verdad? Que es 3 por 45. Me digo, 15. Es 45, ¿verdad? Voy a escribir 3x menos 45. Igual a 72. Y ahora, ¿qué vamos a quitar? ¿A cuál número? El 45, ¿verdad? Porque eso dice menos, o vamos a qué. A quitar 45. No. Aquí nomás solamente para quitar el. Sí, va a ser 3x, pero pones por restar 45 abajo. Y 45 acá. Ok. Eso se quita, ¿verdad? Ahora es 3x y que va a estar 5 más 2 es 7, ¿verdad? Y luego 7 por 7 con 4, 11, sobre 115. 115. Ok, pero bueno, acá 3x. 3x igual. Para dividir, eso debe ser 7, no 5.
We good? Got it?
No.
117.
Stuck on number 9? We did number 9.
Number 11, my bad.
Okay. What about everybody else?
Okay, ¿cómo vamos a hacer?
Ready to go over it?
¿Cómo vamos a hacer? Eso quiere decir multiplicar esos 3x.
Okay. So I distribute the 3 to the x. What do I get?
45, escríbelo.
3x. All right, 3 to the 15. 45. Okay, so I have this now. What do I do first? Add what? Okay, 45 to 72. So 5 plus 2 is? 7 plus 4? All right, then what? Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Did anybody get an answer? 39. All right, number 11. Somebody tell me what to do. Walk me through it. 9x minus 36. All right. Then what? What does that give me? 0. How many of you got that and were like, wait, I did something wrong? Anybody? All right, so what times 9 could give me 0? 0. Can I plug that in? If that made me uneasy to get 0 for an answer, can I plug it in and make sure it works? Okay, so 0 minus 4 would be what? Negative 4. Is negative 4 times 9 negative 36? Yes. Okay, this one. The reason why I didn't have you work this one by yourself is because there's something that we haven't seen yet. So if I just do negative 4 times x, so negative 4x. Now, I have a negative and then a subtraction symbol. Or if I look at it separately, a negative 9. What happens when I multiply a negative by a negative? Positive. Okay, so when you see a negative on the outside, you really have to pay attention to what's on the inside because more than likely you're going to have to change something. All right, so if I have 2 negatives, it makes a positive. What do I have to do with positive 36? Minus. Okay, it gives me negative 4. Well, what times negative 4 would give me negative 4?
16.
No.
Positive.
1. Can I plug that in? What's 1 minus 9? Negative 8. Negative 8 times a negative 4 gives me a positive 32, right? Okay. This next one. Tony spent $60.54 and bought 3 packs of notebooks and a calculator. How much does a pack of notebook cost if a calculator costs $45.87? So what we have to do is we have to set up an equation. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be one that looks exactly like this. All right, here is my total. That tells me it goes by itself on one side, right? I have 3 packs of notebooks and a calculator. How much does a pack of notebooks cost if a calculator costs $45.87? What do you think we could write on this side? I know the cost of the calculator, but I don't know what 3 packs of notebooks cost. Okay, so I have 3x. That's representing my 3 packs of notebooks. We don't have to have parentheses on this one. Because if I were to put it, add what? Good. All right, I ran out of room. Because this is saying I have 3 packs of notebooks and then I have my calculator. Now, if it would have said I had 3 packs of notebooks and 3 calculators, I could have put that 3 outside. All right. But I didn't have 3 calculators, did I? Because if I would have put parentheses, I would have had to multiply this cost times 3, and I can't do that. So I subtract. What do I get when I subtract $60.54 from $45.87? I get what? Everybody agree? Yes? Okay, I have to divide by what? 3. So 14.67 divided by 3. How many times does 3 go into 14? 4. How many times does it go into 26? How times does it go into 27? $4.89. Not too bad. All right, number 14. This is a star question, all right? So, which equation is true when C equals 3? What would I do to solve this? Plug it in. I don't have to solve for C every time. It gives me the value of C. I just have to see which one works. So this is 2C plus 8. So 2 times 3 is what? 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. Is that what it gave me? No. Okay, so C is 3. What's 7 minus 3? Is 5 times 4 32? Nope. All right, 9 minus 6 times 3. What's 6 times 3? 18. 9 minus 18 is not going to give me 0, right? All right, so then I have 3 plus 2. What is 4 times 5? That's my answer. Feel okay? Yeah? All right.